Welcome to the STARS program, seniors taking active roles in society. And now, here's your host, ANITA FINLEY.
I am so excited to have Dr. PHILLIP Appleton on again. I mean, he's been on every week, and we are learning so much. And every time somebody breathes hard and says they have a pain, I said, okay, I know what you have to do. You have to go see Dr. Appleton, who is Mr. Pain Away.
I should give you more cards.
Yeah, I don't have any. You should. I talk it, though.
Yeah, you talk
I talk it, but you could
talk
still do it.
Talk is better than giving a card.
Well, I'll tell you, but I tell you when you've talked about pain, it seems that everyone has pain. I met a physical therapist yesterday in the lobby of my condo, and she's in great shape, and all of a sudden she's telling me her neck is this and her neck is that. She's a physical therapist. So I was saying, well, what do you do for it, blah, blah, blah. I said, well, we were talking about massage service and all. She said, no, the only thing I go to is a chiropractor because I believe in them. And I thought that was great. And I said, well, I have a chiropractor who you should really go to.
But,
so,
yeah, that's cool. That's cool. But you know, I hear those words all the time. I believe, I believe, I believe. And that's very true. You should believe in what you love or helps you in life. I have people who come to me for the very first time. They've never been to a chiropractor. They've never been for laser or acupuncture. And they get so excited when I help them. And they go, I can't believe I waited all this time to come see you.
Well, you know, one thing I do, and I hope it's correct, I don't just say laser, I say it's a robotic laser. Is that true?
That's very true.
See, because a lot of people see laser and they see it advertised, but very few people probably have a robotic laser.
And the difference is the robotic lasers versus, it's like a bicycle versus a car. You get there eventually. You get there eventually, right? You do get
funny.
there, right? But the laser, the handheld lasers, is only good for one location, one spot. It's very limited. It only goes in only so deep. Now, it's light therapy. The robotic laser encompasses the whole area. So say, for example, it's your knee. So the old laser, we used to hold it in one spot, and you would think about something for like 20 minutes for the treatment and talk to the patient. And it would go in maybe a half an inch. And it helped. The robotic laser now, just imagine this, is circling like the moon and the earth circling each other. That's what it does. It compensates the whole area, and it goes in 2 to 3 inches in.
Yes,
with no burns, no side effects. I had a young man that came in yesterday, and he said that, he was going somewhere for laser, and he said, it was like a remote control. That's what it looks like, the handheld, and you hold it in one spot. And he goes, but, doc, you're not really doing my whole knee. You're doing it in that one spot. Well, you have to come in like 15 times because we're going to move it one here, an inch there, an inch there, an inch there, And he goes, I felt that was like so outdated. And if you talked about lasers 15 years ago, that was the technology. But the robotic laser, you lie there, put little goggles on, you can read your book, you can have people on their cell phones, and
you can talk to them.
You can talk, whatever.
You're such a good talker.
And the laser is constantly going around, and the beam is going in 2-3 inches. You don't feel it. There's no burns. There's no reactions to anything of your body. There's no side effects. So it's an unbelievable treatment. Like today, I'm treating Estelle. She's coming in for a frozen shoulder. She's been to the orthopedic and all those guys, and Estelle's been in like about 7-8 times, and the shoulder's pretty well frozen, but each week it gets better and better. The range of motion gets better and better, and she doesn't want injections. She doesn't want surgery. Doesn't want to take the crappy pills and make her sick. She's 75 years old. She's here from Toronto, and she wants to be active without being drugged out. So she'll be in at, I think, 9:30 today on Saturday, because I'm open 6 days a week.
I have to tell you, Dr. Mark J. Gannon, he has listened to you before. He's just on again, and he's the low vision specialist, and he's in Broward County.
But I can't see you, though. That's a joke.
No, yeah, that's funny. No, but he's fantastic. Any of your patients who come in who have low vision, macular degeneration, anything, he really has the neatest products to help them. And he's a very sweet, just like you are. He's really been a great guy. I've known him for a long time. But I want to go back to the robotic. The reason why a lot of people don't have it, I have to assume, is because it's expensive.
Very expensive.
See, you really bit the bullet.
Very expensive. I was treating this one gentleman, and he called me a genius. And he says to me, Phil, what happens if this machine breaks?
What happens?
If your car breaks, you can take a taxi,
Right.
you get Uber, a Lyft. I go,
So what do you do?
What do you do, right? I called the company to get another one.
Get right away. Get me one, right?
It took a bunch of months. And I said, I can't thank you enough. I never thought of that. Because if anything breaks, now my hands are tied. Because we live in a society of cell phones, everything's electronic, your fax machine, your Wi-Fi goes down. You feel like, oh, my God, what am I going to do?
Yes.
How am I going to live?
Yeah, but this is important for your patients. This isn't casual.
Because I have it. So this,
but excuse me, did you save the ones before at least? Do you have to
I have them on a shelf.
Well, but you might need something. I mean, maybe not the very big, the first one, but you told the story about you had one, then you got the other, but maybe the one just before this as a reserve, just in case.
Being a chiropractor, we use our hands a lot, and I have all chiropractors have thumb problems because
you have a thumb problem.
Oh yeah, because
I don't know that.
Anybody that does texting, anyone that does a computer, everybody has thumb problems, pains in your thumbs. So chiropractors usually have pains in your thumbs. So I have the handheld laser home. So when I'm watching sports, or the Miami Heat lose last night, which they should have won the game, but they should have won the game. Anyway, so I'll laser my thumbs.
They need LeBron back.
No, he's over. He's done.
He's gone.
No, we have new people, young people. We have young studs.
Okay.
Got to move on to the young ones.
Okay.
And so it's a full show. We talk about sports, movies, whatever. And so anyway, I'll laser my hands while I'm watching the movie, but because I'm only doing one location.
With your thumb.
So my thumb, and then when I wake up in the morning, I feel so much better.
Isn't that amazing?
I do it for myself. But this week I had a cold this week, and I'm not a person that isn't ever in pain. I never had pain, but I had a cold, and the cold debilitated me. I couldn't go out, I couldn't breathe, I couldn't sleep, I couldn't be active. And I thought about that. I said, we doctors, we forget that we're human. We forget that we have pain. We forget what pain even feels like because we're not in pain. So a person comes in, we have to be objective, subjective to what they come in with. We have to believe their pain. We have to diagnose their pain. We have to locate that pain, but we can't feel the pain.
Right.
But we have to explain the pain to the patient, how we're going to help you. So people who come into me, I have to understand they can't drive, they can't walk, they can't do the laundry, they can't go out, they can't go on vacation, they can't do anything because pain is a negative. It's a bullseye of pain, which is negative throughout your day.
So do you ask them on a scale of 1 to 10 how their pain is?
Oh, yeah.
And
one
how
of my
does
patients
somebody
come in,
really know?
I rate them. But a lot of times they'll come into me and, how are you today? I think I'm better.
Okay.
And then I'll ask, I'm training this woman now, her daughters bring them in, and the daughters say, they go, Mom's better, Mom's better.
See, the
Mom's
daughter
better.
knows.
The daughters know, or a wife will know, a husband will know, a child will know, so they know. But a lot of times, especially men are the worst, because, I guess I'm better. I think I'm better. I don't know. I guess I'm sleeping better. My shoulder's better, my knee's better, my lower back is better. My pain down my leg is better. I'm better. I think I am. So men don't really tell you the truth. Women are great. Like I'm training a nurse that comes in today. She comes in once a week because she's a caretaker. She's an RN, and she's retired, so she works with a one-on-one. And I'm doing her thumbs, and she's improving because she doesn't want to have surgery, doesn't want to have injections.
Yeah,
she's an RN. She knows the other side. They can cut you. You may lose the function of your thumb. Thumb is very important.
Oh, that's very interesting.
A thumb is very important. Just try to put your thumb in your palm. And just try to grab anything without your thumb. It is so important for our livelihood and your living and your functioning of your daily routine. So, I go in and out, but doctors need to understand pain more with patients because we can't feel pain.
Well, wait, I want to carry on with it. The one thing you didn't tell everybody also, which is unique, that not only are you using the laser, but you're using acupuncture.
Yes. As a chiropractor who has been practicing over 35 years, I do acupuncture with needles. And a lot of times I'll do it with the same time I'm doing the laser with the patient. So, for example, like for Estelle, who's coming in later on, for her shoulder, I'll do acupuncture. She'll put the goggles on. She'll sit in a chair, and then we'll do a 15 to 30-minute treatment of laser while the needles are being in.
Amazing.
And then take the needles out, and the laser's done, and she goes and does her merry day.
It's so inexpensive. That's why we'll talk about that in a minute. Let me give a phone number because I've had some people say, well, you're not giving a phone number enough.
Yeah, people tell me that too.
I know. So I got to do this all the time. 954-972-0710. Remember, 954 is Broward County, and he is located there, right there off Powerline and Atlantic in the, actually you're in a shopping center.
Next to Pompano on Powerline Road.
Yeah, but, okay, there's a little shopping center.
There's a little shopping center.
Is the name of that
place,
center or something?
Palm Square.
Palm Square, okay. So remember, it's always 954 there, but it's 972-0710. 972-0710.
No, 973. 954. 973.
Oh, that's interesting. I wrote the wrong
Let's go
thing
again.
down.
954.
Oh, my goodness.
973.
Yeah, I wrote it down wrong.
0710.
I'm so excited about your coming in.
I know,
I wrote it wrong.
You're my favorite aunt.
Yeah, right.
You're my favorite
That's
aunt,
right.
Anita.
Yes, and Anita, right.
There you go.
954-973-0710. We'll do that a lot before we finish here. But, so the acupuncture is good, but I want to talk about the price. So everything that you've said, even if you didn't do the acupuncture, it is very inexpensive. But you're telling me you do an acupuncture treatment as well as the laser, all for the same price.
Yes.
I can't believe that.
The acupuncture alone is $120.
I know that.
And the laser is $120. And I'm here to help the patient. I'm here to help the patient.
Right.
Most doctors are there for themselves. I'm there to help the patient because I want the patient to go home, go to dinner, go out, go to movies, go to a show, go on a plane, go on a cruise.
No, we don't want to go on planes now.
And talk about me.
Yeah, they're going to.
I went to this chiropractor who I was told to go to, and he did laser, and then he did laser acupuncture with me. And look at me. I'm here having dinner. I'm here with you people. Yeah. And I can sleep, and I can go to the bathroom. Basic things in life.
No, it's really true. You may not know this, or maybe not remember it. I have a daughter who lives in Portland, and she's an acupuncture physician. So that's how she gets along with acupuncture. And here you're the chiropractor, and does that in addition. So I mean, we don't dwell on that enough, and I think we should. That's rare, and that's a wonderful thing that you do.
It's very rare. It's rare that I don't charge extra. It's rare that I do it at the same time with the laser. But don't forget, the acupuncture laser are like, they work together because the acupuncture deals with the balancing of the energy flow, the yin and the yang.
Yeah.
That's not a baseball team. That's actually a real thing. And then the laser goes over it and it beams in about 2-3 inches in. So in the 15 to 30-minute treatment, you're getting the best worlds without medication, without any of that crap going into your body. I want to do a testimony of a woman from Canada. So here we go.
Okay. So you just
Canada. My sister comes to Dr. A, and when I came
put
to
it higher than
her,
the mic. There, good.
She told me about Dr. A and the cold laser therapy that he offers.
Let me have that. I'm going to put it closer.
You won't be able to hear it. Pain for
you're
22 years. I've had opioids for 22 years. I've done exercise, everything you could possibly imagine, until I came and got treated by Dr. A and the cold laser therapy that he offers. I can happily tell you for the first time in 22 years, I'm pain-free. I'm pain-free. So all I have to say is thank you so much for Dr. A, and you should try it.
Oh, my goodness. Can't.
And I have so many testimonials. I'm tired of taking testimonials. And when I first started doing testimonials, I go, oh, this is really cool. Testimonials. A new person came in yesterday, and he went on my website, Appleton.com, and he goes, oh, my God. He said, you really have great testimonials. I said, honestly, I don't even ask them anymore. They just do it. They go, one person said, your personality was so great. Another one feels like you're a family member. Another one said, you're so fair in treating me. During the treatment, I'm laying there. You come in, check on me. Because I do the laser therapy and acupuncture, myself, and I. My staff does not touch it, do it, or anything. So when you come into my office for the chiropractic, I have other rooms, and my staff will help you set up for therapy. But when you come into my office for laser or acupuncture, I personally do that.
Okay, I wanted to repeat the phone number again, 954-973-0710. But I do have a question. I see where people who are not physicians as you are, no medical, expertise, they're doing laser. How is that allowed?
I don't know. Why is a lot of things allowed?
No, but I'm very surprised.
I
wouldn't want to go to someone who wasn't a doctor as you are, that you really understand everything, you know the right, the wrong. You're not just doing this for the money. You're doing it because you, as you've been saying, and people realize that you have a big heart and you really are really quite a physician. So I've been noticing, since I've been working with you, I'm noticing all this laser stuff out there, but some of them are just estheticians or whatever they are.
Yeah,
but are they using the same?
Well, there's different type of lasers.
That's
though.
what. Yeah,
There's
will you
hair
clear
removal
that?
lasers. There's
Okay.
eye surgery for lasers. They do brain surgery for lasers.
Yeah, but those are physicians.
Dentists have
Right, but those are medical.
No. You go hair removal. That's not medical.
No. But I meant the dentist and the brain surgery.
Yeah.
But let's talk about the people. You see the ads and they're talking about laser. So you're saying that it may be hair removal or something that is like cosmetic.
Or veins. Now they're doing laser. That might be a medical doctor. I have no idea. I try to concentrate on what I do each day and not worry about what they're doing. Unfortunately, if you're in pain and you go to one of these places and you have a bad experience,
yeah,
and
you
get
think
turned
everybody
off, you get
exactly.
everybody. I always say, if you go out to dinner and you have a bad meal, do you stop eating? No.
Talk about when you first got into this. Now, here you've been a successful chiropractor for many years. What made you decide to even start with laser? Can you remember that back there?
Oh, yeah. One day, I'm practicing and the salesman comes in and tells my front desk I have something to show the doc. Yeah. Come back.
You're a friendly
Come
person
back.
now. Yeah.
So he finally, after a couple times, came in. We sat down and goes, Doc, I'm just going to show you. It's called laser. I didn't even know what this was, So I got it, and I started using it, and I bought it. I think it was like $10,000 back then. And then a few years later, he comes back and he goes, we upgraded, like your iPhones. It went from a 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 to 5. So I go, okay. It's stronger, it goes deeper, it's more penetrating, and the beam is a little stronger, and still look like a remote control. So that was like $20,000, $25,000. And I was using it every day. People say, wow, this is great, I don't feel it. It's unbelievable. I'm feeling better. And then 10 years later after that, a newer one came, and that was around $45,000.
Excuse me, do they give you they reimburse you for the old?
No
rebate on the old ones?
It's like an old appliance. What are you doing with an old appliance?
Wow.
They bring the new one, they take the old one, right?
Yeah.
So I kept them, right? So
Good.
I still have them. And the one I use on myself almost about 3 times a week because my thumb's
at
hurt
home,
me.
so you have that.
So I have the strongest one of all three. And then one day I was at a seminar and I was walking by and I fell in love. I go, oh, robotic. This is interesting. Walked by. Finally, I sat down. The salesman goes, I knew you'd be back. It was the love in your eyes.
Right.
So I said, all right, okay. So then I sat there and watched him demonstrate it. And then I fell in love. And then I got 1, and I got 2, I got 3. I like to get 4 or 5 of them,
So the difference in the robotic, as you've been explaining, is where the other you just put it in one place. This
one
way,
location, one spot only. Where the robotic will take the whole area in.
See, that's the difference.
No, it's a major difference. But the problem is these machines, yes, you could buy a Volkswagen, you could buy a Rolls Royce. Again, it's the same thing in a way, but not in a way, but the technology is so much better with the Rolls Royce in this robotic laser.
But it's the technician. I mean,
Well,
don't mean to call you a
use
technician.
It.
That's
you have to
right.
know how to use
Exactly.
It. When I first got the machines, I tried it on myself a lot, and I just had to get the technical part down, the procedures down, the protocol down, and then that way I can explain it to people.
Yep.
Because a lot of times, I got a woman yesterday or the day before, she said, I want to come every day. No, you can't come every day.
Oh, no, that's interesting.
No,
Tell
you
me
can't.
why. It needs time to heal?
I need time. The laser needs time for the cells to rejuvenate in your body. It's a time release. So sometimes maybe it's 24 hours, maybe it's 36 hours. So I go every other day. I can't come every day? I'm only in town for 1 week?
Oh,
no, you can't come every day.
Interesting. And you've also talked about pregnant women can't do this,
and cancer,
nor can
cancer.
You talked about
active
that.
cancer. Active cancer.
Active cancer.
Active cancer.
So, in other words, someone's in remission, they can.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
and we also could do it with people with pacemakers.
why was that something you couldn't do years ago? Is that a little unusual?
Pacemakers you have to be careful with, like electric stimulation, ultrasound, anything electronically on the body. But laser, you can do the people's, you can do an ankle, do a knee, do a shoulder, do a wrist, do an elbow.
Okay, I have another question. Let me just give your phone number again. This is Dr. PHILLIP Appleton, and he is really the man that you've been hearing him. I mean, he's been on every week, and he's really doing a great job, and I hope that a lot of people are listening and going there. 954-973-0710.
Bring your reports, bring your MRIs, bring your copies of MRIs, bring copies of X-rays, bring doctor's reports, bring anything you want. We'll sit down. I have a beautiful video. You see the video.
Oh, yes.
It's a 5-minute video.
Very explanatory.
Or go online to see it.
Yeah.
And sit down with me. It's free of charge. I'm not going to charge you for talking. And the people bring me the actual papers from their MRIs, and they say, can you help me? Can you help me?
Mm-hmm.
Please help me. People are very desperate with pain.
Did you know that vets now use lasers?
Yeah, vets do, yeah.
He's using, and I have a vet that does acupuncture, so
That's
I have
very
to
cool.
tell you, he
That's
did the
very cool.
acupuncture and he did
That's
the
very
laser.
cool.
Yeah, that was very cool because I would not have really thought about it, but I told him about you. I
And
said,
you pay for that, right?
yes, I paid
And
for
insurance does not pay for that, right?
No. It would have if I had had insurance. It was my last dog, and you know what it is. If they're in there for something and they've been there, they don't keep covering it. Only it's new things.
Yeah.
But listen, when you love your pet,
No.
and you know that.
And you love yourself, like Medicare.
right.
And insurance don't pay for acupuncture or laser.
You
have to go into your pocket
it's
and pay
outrageous.
for it. But it's not a lot of money, though.
No.
I had a woman a few weeks ago came in and said, this is so cheap.
Yeah.
I said, well, if it
is.
works, it's cheap.
Well, especially for you when you do both systems. That's really, I hadn't thought about that. You keep talking about it, but I didn't know that you don't charge for the acupuncture.
I don't charge.
All right, but when you're doing chiropractic, do you ever do the acupuncture also?
Yeah, chiropractic. It depends on the age. If like I had a 98-year-old woman 2 weeks ago, last week, whatever it is, I'm not going to do chiropractic. I'm manipulating the bones. I'm going to do the acupuncture. I'll do some physical therapy. I do a laser. I'm not doing manipulation because the person is in a car accident. We do physical therapy. We do acupuncture. We do everything. They slip and falls. A lot of people fall. They come in. They're wherever they are. They hurt themselves. They come in, big bruises, the swelling, and we do the acupuncture or the laser.
That's my other question. What if people have swollen ankles and they come into you? Will that laser help the swollen ankles?
Come from congestive heart failure. There's a lot of retention of fluids. There's a lot of things.
So that's nothing.
I got to be very careful who I evaluate, who I talk to, and who I am. I have a woman now I'm treating. She had fractured ankles from a slip and fall.
Yeah.
And we're doing the acupuncture. We're doing the laser. She came in the first 3 visits with the walker. She came in yesterday, and she said to me, I said, where's your walker? She says,
oh, no.
I can't tell you how much better I am.
Oh,
And
fantastic.
she broke her ankles months ago. It's not healing properly. It's all swollen from the slip and fall.
Oh.
It's a balloon. So, and you can see the fracture lines, all that stuff, and they put a rod in, the pins in, and she was just thanking me.
So
thanking
the
me.
laser is going to help that.
Help
reduce
healing, swelling.
And reduce the
swelling.
So that's a different kind of swelling.
Yeah.
As we just talked about. So
Yeah.
you use your medical knowledge to know who you can treat when they come in, right?
Yeah, you have to evaluate. But again, doctors don't feel pain. We have to evaluate pain, but we don't feel pain. So we have to evaluate it, what is going to work for you. And don't forget, when people come to me, they're desperate. They have auto accidents and the slip and falls, that's one thing. But when they come into me, they bring me their portfolio of all the stuff they're taking and their lives are miserable. Their face, they're down. They put their head down. They have no eye contact. They're just in pain constantly. But if you have a problem, call me 954-973-0710. I'm in Pompano Beach on Powerline Road. Open Monday through Saturday.
Okay, it's been such a wonderful,
Always. Anita,
wonderful
great.
thing
Anita's
to
great.
have you really.
Come by, give me a call.
Please
visit.
do that. Yes, we want you to do it. So thank you, everybody, and be sure to come. We have another guest after this, but remember about the Boomer Expo and Dr. Dr. Appleton thinks he might even
Yeah,
stop by. My God.
I may go over to the casino on Tuesday.
God.
Not bet, but to see you.
Thank you.
All right.
We'll be right back.
Everybody have a good day.